The newest update to MasterDuel released its newest selection pack, Chaotic Showtime. With it comes some new and exciting cards to my favorite alt format, NR. Today, I'll showcase all the new NR format cards, their possible uses, and my genuine first reaction to them. My name is Doc Conrad, Yugioh, and if you like this kind of content, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more NR content and all other things Yu-Gi-Oh related. And without further ado, let's jump right in. Good morning, gamers. Let's see if the game picks up, please. No, that's Hollow Knight. Here we go. Alright. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! MasterDuel update. This is one of the biggest updates we've ever gotten in the game thus far, with a major ban list to the new, to the main format, as well as a bunch of new packs. I am super excited for this, not only because and I'm happy to go ahead and see all these different archetypes we're finally able to go ahead and play. I think White Forest is in this pack, but also a lot of unbans for the modern format that I'm pretty excited about. It's been no surprise to most people who are a main fan of my content in the NR sphere that I'm a big fan of True Draco, and we just got both of the biggest unhits to True Draco in this format and in any format ever. We also got new things like the Nightmare unhits, some other Dragoons finally available to be crafted and played. It's going to be a wild time in the Wild West of Yu-Gi-Oh! MasterDuel, with the Duelist Cup coming up in, I think, a couple of, like, maybe a week or two? It's just crazy. How this is going to shift the meta, I do not know, but what I'm here for is not only to react to this pack in the NR sense, but I'm also going to go ahead and try and change things up a bit for this react only. I'm also going to talk about everything that's going to be in this update, my future thoughts on all of the next competitive format with all of these new cards, and just do some general react stuff from now on. That is also going to be a specific part towards the end about NR in total. So I hope you all are going to enjoy that, and I also want to give a quick update right here and right now. I don't know if I'll be able to react to whatever next pack there is, because I'm going back home for the holidays, and I won't have my PC set up here, which means that I will unfortunately be unable to record a react to a pack that's going to be happening either later this month or in early January. But I'll be sure to go ahead and get to that whenever I can in the update afterwards, maybe sometime in either February or something like that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get things started and see what is in this pack today. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay. True Draco's Forging as a new secret pack. 3 new updates to that pack. Chaotic Showtime and Invincible Aces. Adjustment to the Called by the Grave icon, the Duelist Cup, and new accessories. Oh, okay, so this one, the icon for Called by the Grave, there's a little grave in there. They made it look like, if you picked a specific icon, it looked like sort of was giving Felicia. But we don't have to go ahead and talk about that here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what all the new stuff we have on offer. Ooh, Trickstar, Diabel, White Forest, and the Gimmick Puppet FTK. Which, by the way, I just realized that now, if people actually play the Gimmick Puppet stuff, then Tenpai's not as good. We also have this, Invincible Aces, which is going to go ahead and cover first after we take a look at all the other different things. Okay. New, different little accessories with Susurrus of the Sinful Spoils, a cute one with the White Forest cards, Tales of the White Forest icon. This is kind of, oh, there's a base, actually. That's really cool. Oh, it's like shadow puppets. I've never noticed these things. I've noticed this, but that's cute. Dragoon finally being able to be a, I think it's iconic. I'm surprised it took him this long to unhit it. And we also have the Gimmick Puppet Fantastic Machinex icon, which I don't know, why would you have that in the first place, other than to tell you, hey, you could scoop it up right now if you don't open any hand traps. So we've got True Draco's Foraging, we've got Invincible Aces and Chaotic Showtime. Let's take a look at Invincible Aces, see what we have in here. A gathering of glorious light, the fused form of Dark Magician and Red Eye's Black Dragon, Red Eye's Dark Dragoon, is finally here. True Draco, also now having their imposing ace, Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King. Also featured is Ib, the World Child's Justiciar, who helped Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax on his journey, and their sworn enemies, Nightmare. Skillfully wield these framed cards and claim victory. Inside of this pack, we have, it looks like a ton of the unhit cards, as well as True Draco, Orcust, and Red Eyes. This all makes sense. This all makes sense to me. There's nothing really new over down in here, except for Ib. Ib being an SR that was banned is very funny. And because they were like, yeah, we'll probably unhit this at some point, but we're gonna make it an SR instead. This card, kind of crazy to be unhit, but the more I think about it, like, the more I kind of get it, right? So the reason why this card has been unhit is because nearly every single modern deck doesn't really need a second normal summon on a link body with two things. All of them are so consistent that this is just like gravy. And that doesn't do a whole lot for anybody, which is fun, it's fine. But I don't get why you would really play it unless you happen to have a, hey, I have a big-ass, full-ass combo deck that can be interrupted with Nibiru, or something along those lines, and it also ends on Pachycephalo. Like, that kind of thing is, like, the big thing. And having a double normal summon could end some interesting kind of decks that could be evolved. I don't know. Also, Mermaid being able to make any Nightmare monster from deck, meaning you can get out the Orcust combo with the copy of, I believe she's rare, Orcust Nightmare, being able to send a Dark Machine from deck except itself, so you just get out this, send that, and you're good to go. Pretty good. Being able to, it's sort of in the similar vein, I would say, to the Fiendsmiths, as many of you have been pointed out by various other YouTubers, and I've kind of agreed with them in that regard. Dragoon being an absolute powerhouse of a card, but it's, even with Verte and DP being an option, like, people aren't doing that, and so Dragoon is, like, worse than that overall. Dragoon and DP are about the same, and you can Scythe Lock in this format. Like, you can Scythe Lock with Dragoon, with DPE and Artifact Scythe. Like, that's kind of crazy how they have both here. This is exactly what I want. I wanted this so bad. I wanted Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King, for so bad I already have a deck made with it in mind. There are a lot of different cards that can go ahead and add to this. I think it's really, really cool. I think it's really fucking epic. I think the Diagram to 3 is also really good. It's really cool. Like, being able to go ahead and search and have a pop and add any True Draco or True King card from deck to hand. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, y'all. Yeah, and those are my overall thoughts about those cards. Now then, Chaotic Showtime, what you're all really here for. My reaction to the new cards. Still had rabbits in this set. Wow! I did not know that. Okay. Fateful Strings, Steal Away All Hope. CXZ's Gimmick Puppet Fanatix Machinex revives at its archetype as its archetype's new ace. The Trickstar's ace card, Trickstar Noble Angels, here in new form. And the Sinful Spoil storyline takes another twist with the addition of Diabell's, the original Sin Keeper, in the Spell and Trap Synchro Monster-based archetype White Force. Deploy your most trusted tactics to reign supreme over the chaos unfolding on the dueling stage. Alright, gamers. So if you don't know how we do this around here, normally what I like to do is I like to go ahead and go down all the way to here and check to see at the newly added stage right here, implemented add, and then the date. I know I can hit N, I know I can hit R, I know I can hit newly added cards, but I'd rather go ahead and experience the new set overall. However, what we're going to be doing is taking a look at the newly added cards in UR to start with. So right now we have a bunch of different options, including the new Trickstar card, Trickstar Hoodie. This one's interesting. If you control Trickstar Fusion or Link, you can special on this card for your hand, send to grave. For a Trickstar Link material monster, you can add Trickstar Fusion or Trickstar Diffusion from your deck to your hand. That's interesting. That being a UR is kind of a lot, really. We do have, it looks like, Sylvie and a Stellar of the White Force being URs, and Tails as well being a UR. And the other Synchro of Diabell being a UR is quite interesting. We also have Little Soldiers and the 2 new Xyz monsters as URs as well. This all makes sense, and Noble Angel being one of the selling points of having one of the Trick Stars is new. I'm not entirely familiar with all the Trick Stars, but I think it's interesting. Silhouette Rabbit. This card is going to have a decent impact on the format. It's one of the best things you could do right now in the TCG because of Apo and Baron and Borreload being banned in that format. Silhouette Rabbit is one of the better Link monsters you can go to generically. And being able to add with 1 brick in your hand deck just to go into this isn't that bad. But with this one now, I think that this is going to be really good with Sprite. Now, hear me out. By having this as an option in Sprite with any 2 monsters, making a Link 2 to suddenly go into this, I think that Sprite could see some play with this card in particular. But I don't know. I think that that's going to be fun. Could be fun. Let's go and take a look at the SRs now. SRs, yep, we have the synchros of Silvera and Roselia, we have Elze, and we have Rusia. All of these make sense, unfortunately. I really wanted to go and have at least one of these White Foursome monsters at like a low rarity, as well as Woes. In the TCG, Woes, Rusia, and Sylvie were all commons. So it's unfortunate to see them all be rarity bumped up this high. Aqua Angel. Now this card is going to be crazy for Marincess. This gives you hand knowledge. Sent to Graveyard's Link material. Look at all cards your opponent's hand and all set cards they control. And if you control a Trickstar or Marincess, you can special this card from your hand or graveyard. And you can only use the following effects once per duel. That doesn't matter. You get the hand knowledge, you get the free special. This is crazy. Blue Angel gives like full combo now with having is full Marincess combo by Blue Tang, not Blue Angel. Blue Tang, add this, link off, get another thing, Aqua Angel special, link it to the other, go into, get the field spell, go into the link 2, get back 1, instant link 3, full hand knowledge, crazy card. Crazy card. Any extension after that is gravy on top. Love it. Rogue Doll being an SR and the field spell being an SR could be signs that it's going to be one of these 2 is going to be the one that's going to be banned. Banned Dramatis. I've never read any of the Trick Stars, so we'll go ahead and see if we have any of those at rare or whatever else we have. Sinful Explosive Duel. This one is like, we could have done something with this, having 3 traps to take an illusion from deck, add to hand or special. You can activate this vector in the main phase this turn is like, you could go ahead and have this be a trap that could have been played in the format in NR, but yeah. Vesper Gearsu is a weird removal card. It's basically a bad version of Dark Hole that lets your opponent choose. Actually, yeah. Like, it's like really weird. If they banish like everything, if they have 2 or more, you just lose your life points. And if you leave 1 up only, your opponent gains 2k. So it's like punishes big boards, but not that great. It's odd. It's very odd. Woes being able to go through the full White Forest combo, I kind of know how that goes. Volmina, Statue of the Sacred Dragon, is a interesting addition here. This can help out Paleo quite a bit, and it makes me also think we might have the other Paleo card at normal or rare. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and go to all rarities and see what we have here. Not your cards, let's go to all cards. Go down to this point. And now we'll go ahead and see the new cards. All right, starting off, Black Cat Bat, Crimson Heart, Bella Madonna, Colchia. Okay, another Trickstar Link one. We have a lot of rares in the Trickstar archetype, and it's kind of like a deck that can be played, but it's not great. 1 non-link Trickstar monster. Special summon once per turn. When a monster is destroyed by battle involving a Trickstar while it's in the grave, you can banish a card, target that destroyed monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's attack. Cute. Any Link 1, of course, is always dangerous, but Trickstar has a number of low impact Trickstar monsters at low rarity, as well as with the Links. Could be fine. Antidote Nurse. This is a card that the TCG has not gone. Came out in like Duel Links first, I think, or something along those lines. Rank 3, 2+ level 3 monsters. This is always exciting to get new, relatively generic Xyz monsters. Quick effect. You can attach one material to this card at one monster on the field whose current attack or defense is different than its original value. The attack and defense become their original values. Also, if you target a monster on your field, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. Once per turn, if another monster special summon to your field and this card has 3 or more materials, you can make that monster gain 900 attack. Okay, a cute little level 3 quick effect to reset stuff in the damage step, especially attack gain stuff. I'm partial. I like the art of this card. I like it a lot. I think it's cute, but I don't know how much play it's going to see. Just more rank 3s is always a nice sort of thing. I love Xyz monsters is the bread and butter of NR format. We've done things like multiple people have made Wonky Quartet be a actual threat. Antidote Nurse, maybe no exception, but we'll have to see how it goes. Planet Pathfinder, my boy. Give me Puppet Magnet Doll, Lilybell, Terror Baby, Psychic Processor. Oh my god. Oh my god, we got this. Oh my god. This is... You can banish this card you control, special up the 2 machine, psychic, or cyber monsters from your hand that can attack directly this turn. Okay, I need you to understand. We have a psychic, deck that is, really good in the format. It's called Mutant. Mutant, as an archetype, wants to go ahead and get its bodies on field as much as possible. This being a 3 that can extend further with those and adds the others, crazy stuff. This gets out Ogre if you don't want to special out Ogre, if you draw into it later. God. Wow. And then you just get it back on your next turn. You bring it out, you bring out 2 from your hand. It's like a great extender. So happy we got this card. Fiendish Knight. Okay, so this one I've seen a little bit about, but we did not know where it was going to be. It was I think it's like an exclusive for the like a Shonen Jump promo. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Gimmick Puppet monster graveyard or one monster in your opponent's graveyard. Special summon it to its owner's field defense position, but its effect or negate. Special summon this card. So if you already have Gimmick Puppets already, you get to either extend, or if your opponent went first, you get to bring it out further at the cost of special summoning something back. This card is sent to the graveyard except from the hand. You can add it to your hand. You can only use each effective Gimmick Puppet Fiendish Knight once per turn, and you're locked into the extra deck except for Gimmick Puppet monsters. Okay, so it locks you into Gimmick Puppet, so it's hard to be a regular extender, but it is a free body, and that could be of some use in some case. Gimmick Puppet, looking a little interesting. Magical Little Soul, this is the card I was talking about. As a paleo enjoyers, rejoice. This allows you Synchro into any 4 or Xyz into any 2 immediately after with special summon. Because if a monster is special summoned by your trap effect, special this card from your hand or graveyard, but if you summon it from the graveyard, banish it when it leaves the field. During your opponent's battle phase, you could either Synchro summon or Xyz summon using this card you control. Could be also used as a sprite extender with the other 2 of the UR Silo Hat Rabbit. I like it. I do like it a lot. Condolence Puppet, Xyz. This card I thought was going to be a whole lot better than it actually is, but I think it's still funny. Psychic Arsenal, we also got this. Target 1 second monster you control and pay life points equals to have level times 200. Add a machine with the same attribute but a higher level from your deck to your hand. So by bringing out any sort of psychic processor lets you add any dark machine with a higher level than it, and then you get to just bring out any of those. Psychics are able to special summon them out pretty easily, and machines can be... The limited community can find anything to break this one, I think. I think Psychic Arsenal could see a lot of play depending on the kind of deck you want to do and the kind of psychics you want to play. Punks are able to be specialed out. There's some waters that work with the mutants. I like it. During your main phase, except the turn after sent to the graveyard, banish the card from your graveyard, target one each of your banished psychic and machines, place one of them on the bottom, and add the other to the hand. Cool stuff. Susurrus. Target illusion or spellcaster you control, return to the hand or extra deck, special summon illusion or spellcaster from graveyard or banishment. More illusion support, more spellcaster support seems interesting. Don't know if it's going to be good enough because it is basically a worse Monster Reborn, and we have some of those already, I guess. We kind of have some graveyard recursion, but this to bounce something to bring something from graveyard or banishment in a quick play could see some use, but I'm not entirely certain. Pybopophis, Xyz Reborn, Swamp Mirror, Quantum Cat, Crystal Avatar, Puppet Parade, Resurgam Xyz, Emergency Upport. Target one of your level 5 or lower psychic monsters, banish in the graveyard, special summon it. 5 or lower. Okay. Okay. Whew. 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 All right. Could be fine. Could be fine. I think that just being able to bring back any of the mutants that you already have in Grave or already banished in order to go into your further plays, bringing it back as a trap, I could see it. I could definitely see it. Surface Puppet play. Target monster your opponent controls up to the number of Gimmick Puppet Xyz monsters you control. Take control of those monsters to the end phase. This card's in your graveyard except the turn of center. You can control a Gimmick Puppet Xyz monster. Base this card, target Xyz monster in either graveyard, special to either field defense position. I don't think we have any Gimmick Puppet Xyz monsters. Let's go ahead, at the risk of spoiling ourselves. That is SR, UR, SR, UR, UR, SR, 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 UR. Yeah, we have no use for that, which is interesting. Going back. Alright, now we're bound to the end rarities. Trickstar Divaritus, Sweet Guitar, Dreary Doll, Gear Changer, Scissor Arms, Humpty Dumpty, Narcissus, Rodode, Cattle Scream. I forgot we didn't have Cattle Scream. You can attach one material from Xyz monster controls, which is coming from your hand. You can leave the field. You can leave this effect to Gimmick Scream once per turn. And Gimmick Xyz monster gains this effect. Once per turn, you can target one monster from your opponent's graveyard, put some to your opponent's field in defense position. This being a 2K body, you can use an Xyz extender on 8s. Could be fine. Could be fine, but it's no way to get it started without that. And I don't know how well it's going to go ahead and go over. But an Xyz extender, we'll have to wait and see. Junk Puppet, Magical Laurel, Light Arena, Live Stage, Fusion, Festival, Beware. If you control level 6 or higher illusion or spellcaster, target one monster, one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Send to graveyard, activate monster effect, set this card. There are a couple of spellcasters we have access to that may be fine with this, but it seems to be a little bit of a high combo oriented deck, and you'd rather play staples rather than targeted destruction. You know what I mean? We don't really need targeted destruction. We have targeted banishment in the format, and we have like other things in there. We don't really need this. This is a nice to have, but not needed. Scourge, tribute a synchro material. Target one phase of card you control, negates effects. Then you tribute a white force synchro to activate this effect. You special one illusion from your graveyard. Tribute a synchro, negate a card, target a card on the field, negates effects. I'm thinking of the best case scenario. So this is a the best synchro you can spam out and then be fine with in Grave, or be fine with if it leaves, is Goyo Defender. So you go, you hope you open up this and the drive, one of the right, was it righty driver? It brings out lefty, or is it lefty brings out righty? Anyway, you bring out the first driver that specials the second one. You go Goyo, activate Goyo, bring out Goyo, activate Goyo, bring out Goyo, go into a rank 3, set this, and then that's 2-card combo. That doesn't feel enough. That doesn't feel like enough. It negates one card, face-up card in the field, but it's a quick play. And if it's sent to graveyard to activate a monster effect, set it. That's like the best case scenario I could find off of the top of my head. So we'll see how people brew with that card, but it could be fine. Twimmered, Glimmer, Morian, Book of Moon. Just Book of Moon. Hey bud, want a Book of Moon? Sure, I'll take a Book of Moon. Generic Book of Moon. If you control level 5 or higher illusion while in the grave, set it, but banish when it leaves the field. It's like Book of Moon. So you get Book of Moon. And Trickstar Diffusion. Trickstar Diffusion. Fusion summon Trickstar Fusion for your extract by banishing its heroes from your graveyard. You mean the after effects resolves, link, summon one Trickstar monster. So you can go either to a link play immediately or a fusion play immediately. We'll have to see what we can do from this point in our format. And then you can banish a card for graveyard, target a Trickstar monster you control. This turn, while that monster is face up on the field, your opponent's monsters can only target that monster for attacks. It was each effect of Trickstar Diffusion once per turn. So you get one option of fusion summon from banishing materials in grave, or link summoning Trickstar link monster. That seems cute. I like it. I think that's fine. Maiden of Blue Tears. If your opponent special summons a monster and you control a link monster, target one of them, destroy it, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half its attack. If effect damage is inflicted while this card is in your graveyard, you banish this card from the graveyard, target one normal spell in your grave or banishment, set it, but cannot be activated this turn. Maiden of Blue Tears, alongside Trickstar Diffusion, and the Link one. Could be a sign that Trickstar might be a little bit more playable now? I don't know. Quip Echo! This one is a continuous trap, level 2 Earth Fairy. Once per chain, your opponent activates a monster effect on the field that targets a card you control. You can set this card in your spell trap zone. If you do, negate that opponent's effect. Then, if that monster has the highest attack on your opponent's field, return that to the hand. How many cards do we have that are new? We have in the rare slot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and if I'm not mistaken, I also have this one, I forget, 15, 16, I forget. And if I'm not mistaken, we might have some cards that I at least heard some mentionings of, that there might be a card in the Legacy pack, so I will stay tuned to go ahead and get that, and I will see, if not, I'll see you in the cards. Just one moment. Alright gang, false alarm. We got SRs, Flock Together, which is one of the worst cards I've ever read in my goddamn life. Simultaneous Equation Cannons, this card actually playable, question mark, in Labyrinth. Very interesting. And for the URs, we got, not you, Way Where There's a Will. Funny card. Funny card. Going second, just like says, if your opponent has a ton of stuff, just go for it. Very funny. But probably won't see play. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the cards. So we're back with all the cards, and this one, I'm pretty all right with this. For each card, I think pound for pound, card for card, that's not great. What this does is it provides newer building opportunities for some of the pretty good decks, and some other opportunities for some various rogue strategies. The biggest rogue strategy, I think, is that Trickstar has a lot of options now. If we go to type in Trickstar in here, we go to NR, as my favorite thing to do, we have Sweet Guitar, and during the end phase, if this card attacked, the attack gains its turn 0, then add a Trickstar monster from graveyard hand. Takes damage by Trickstar's monster's effect against attack equal to damage they took. Inflict damage inflicted to your opponent's monster. Effect damage inflicted to your opponent by your Trickstar link monster linked to this card is doubled. Being able to fuse this with the materials you already have used for your regular Trickstar plays, including Narcissus, Nightshade, Rodode, Lilybell, and Mandrake. There's something here. There's legitimately, like, something you can do here with all of these different, like, link monsters. We already have Bloom as a link one that we already have. That's only level 2 or lower. So Narcissus, Rodode, and are now able to be linked off, which we didn't have access to before. You just had Bloom. I don't know, man. I think that might be fine. Magicaloidal Soul. As an option, we have a ton of paleo options, like the whole suite. We have all of them. So this could be seeing some play, and there are some Xyz monsters that we do think that are pretty good. None of them are quick effects, unfortunately, but getting out Mannequin Cat whenever you want as a 2k body, or for instance, you could bring out, like, where's it at? You could just Xyz instantly into, like, So Cute Boss. Wasn't there another Xyz? There's another Xyz too that I'm thinking of that we're maybe missing, but either way, this is pretty good. I think that there is some options there, as well as some other Synchro 4s we can utilize in our format, but specifically the one I'm thinking of is Merry Melfi's. This card, been special summoned, target a face-up monster on the field, return to the hand, just a bounce, instantly. Or, when synchro summon, bring out Cupid Pitch. Bring out Cupid Pitch, bring out, like, Quandax synchro into a 6. I like it. I really do. There's a number of options we have here in that regard. The Gimmick Puppet stuff, I'm not excited about. The Xyz, the Rank 8 Extender and Cattle Scream is the only thing generic, and Fiendish Knight just locks you into Gimmick Puppets too early for it to be really well worth it. The White Forest cards that we did get are, like, fine. Like, Cerusus is a weird bounce, and this is, like, a weird negate, and this is, like, a weird pop for spellcasters, which could be good. Don't get me wrong. There could be good spellcasters that we could utilize that are fine. And the illusion support has been okay lately, but I don't know about it. This being Book of Moon doesn't really change too much, other than it being another trap card that's like normal trap card that could be used in like other trap-based decks with maybe Paleo. I don't know. Service Puppet play doesn't really matter. We don't have any Gimmick Puppet Xyz monsters, and if Grave, you can't control any Gimmick Puppet Xyz monsters, we don't need to worry about this card. Main to Blue Tears, destroy any monster your opponent controls if they go into a link. If your monster summons anything and you control a link monster, target either of them, destroy it, and inflict damage to your opponent equal to half its original attack. I like it. This card I feel like could be utilized as some sort of deck. It would be good, of course, in Trickstar as a burn strategy, sure. But I think the main thing you want to do with Main of Blue Tears is just pop their stuff and just give them a bit of a burn as like a generic pop in there. It could be fine. Quebeco is on the... Opponent activates a monster effect. You get target, set this card in your spell trap zone, negate the monster's effect, and the monster has the highest attack, return to the hand. So, it's targeted monster. If a monster targets something, it negates that. And there's not a lot that I can think of that would see play with that. Now we've gotten taken care of. And also Kolchika as well. Being able to have any non-link Trickstar link off with the extra link 4s is pretty good. And only the one lock. Destroyed, banish the card, target the monster, inflict damage equal to monster's attack. Yeah, sure. This could see some play as the Trickstar, like, enabler for level 4s I was mentioning, but I'm not going to look too far into that. That's something for you to test out and see if it's good enough. Antidote Nurse, this is a fine rank 3. It's fine, it's not great, there are better options. We have a lot of different Xyz 3s in the format right now. We have Bamboozling Gossip Shadow, right? You got Armor Torpedo to get a draw, or just to have a 25k body on field. We got Jaja is like a staple. Spell Trap Removal, pretty good. Like, we have a lot of different options when it comes to rank 3 pool. Yeah, Mequip Anganir in case you really are needing for something, but I don't know about that. So Antidote Nurse fitting into that sort of like style is not going to be great. What I think is going to be the biggest impact on the game, at least for us, I may be wrong, I may very well be wrong, but I think the biggest impact that we're going to have is the Psychic Processor and Psychic Arsenal and Emergency Apport, being able to combine the archetypes of Machine, Psychic, and Cybers, or just adding anything into either of those archetypes, being able to have Psychic Processor be a Psychic improvement for Mutant, as well as some other monsters. It being a 3 is also important, because there are other 3s with the Punk cards. You can bring out the Punk cards in order to go into a either Synchro 6, or into an Xyz 3. Bring out the Mutants. All of that is fantastic. And Psychic Arsenal being able to bring out machines, that's pretty good too. That's pretty good too. Adding any machine with the same attribute that you already have with a higher level, with it being like with you having regular like 3s, any 4 or higher, why not? Why not? Overall, I think that this pack is going to have a decent impact on the meta. I think it's going to go ahead and change up a few things, going to get some people cooking for a while, and some of the best decks may or may not change, but at least there's going to be a big buff to Mutant and some other options for some jank players as well, like myself. But if you like this kind of content, you want to see more content related to NR format or the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, including deck profiles, go ahead and comment down below, subscribe, tell me what you guys want to go ahead and see for newer kind of content. All my dedicated fans who made it this far, I appreciate you so much. Be sure you're subscribed, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care, everybody. See ya!